It is the Bludgeon over here with What If Naruto Was a Part of an Arranged Marriage Part 20. So for the recap, what did I do? They got flogged. The Itachi and Kasame beat everyone and they then returned to Thin Leaf and that's where we left it off. So yeah, I did everyone dirty. That's what I've been told, so that's what I did.
We turn into ashes, when do we burn away? Used to be oh so close, now I see you. Just turn around and leave me. That you can change. You satisfy the rage in me. Take away my pain.
Naruto and the group had been walking through Konoha. They had just reached Hiruzen's office. Naruto was about to knock. Naruto, on his way here from the Land of Waves, had been thinking about how to convince Hiruzen to let Itachi stay. And Naruto knocks on the door. Hiruzen, inside, says, "Come in." Office. "Come in," said Hiruzen. They both walked in to meet up with Hiruzen. Hiruzen looked shocked. He saw they all had a bit of bandages on them, and there was Itachi. He literally walked in to check up with Itachi. He literally checked on Itachi. He grabbed him and started putting him in his cheek, and he smacked him in the back of the head. "Turn your hands off. It's not funny," said Hiruzen. Itachi just stood there. "It's not a henge, Saratobi Hiruzen, Lord Third. I completed my mission, as you know. The Uchihas were massacred." "I did it for the leaf, remember?" said Itachi. Hiruzen was shocked. No one was supposed to know about this. This is the real Itachi? Shit. Oh fuck, thought Hiruzen. Itachi just bowed and got on a knee. "I will serve you, Lord Third, as the shinobi of Konoha, if you'll let me," said Itachi. Hiruzen was shocked. "But you became a missing nin. You killed your family for us. You shouldn't have to do that," said Hiruzen. Itachi just shook his head. "I'm a pacifist, and a pacifist, for me, if I have to kill someone to stop an all-out war, I will, just to make sure no one else has to die. That's what I want. I want true and utter peace, no more death. People die eventually, but I don't want coup d'etats. And it would have put the Hidden Leaf in a civil war, and we would have all ended up dying. It would have been a massacre. Either way, I did what I had to," said Itachi. Hiruzen just chuckled to this. "Whatever you say, Itachi. Whatever you say." "So does that mean Itachi can come back?" asked Miko. Hiruzen nodded his head. "We have to talk it out with the council first. Not the shinobi, because the normal council, remember, I've dispelled them. But Tanzo over there doesn't know how to keep forgetting about them being disabled," said Hiruzen. Naruto chuckled to this. "Yo, you're the dumbass who thought it was funny to disable it without no one else knowing," said Naruto. Hiruzen just chuckled at this. "Be quiet, Naruto boy," said Hiruzen. Naruto just nodded. He turned to Tsunade, who was holding her belly, along with Onko. "What is wrong with you? Is there organ problems? Is it medical problems?" asked Hiruzen. Onko just chuckled to this. "Yeah, medical problems." Tsunade just smacked Onko in the back of the head, and Hiruzen. "Yes, medical problems, okay? You got something wrong with two pregnant girls?" asked Tsunade. You should have seen Hiruzen's face. It was incomplete and utter shock. He did not know that they were pregnant, and now he does. His students are having another kid. Oh yeah, great. Means Jiraiya will end up taking out of being a journey for a little while to be with her, and that means I'll have 3 Genin here that don't have a leader, but the tuning exams are coming up. Well, if that happens, and one of them, some become, I can disband them off to form new Genin teams, so that they were trained by someone. That might have to work. I might do that," said Hiruzen. Naruto stood there. He was looking at Horizon. Horizon, GG. Quick question, asked Naruto. Yes, Naruto, said Horizon. How's Konohana going with his sealing? And also, can I take 2 weeks off? Well, not really. I don't want to take 2 weeks off because even though it's the normal protocol. I mean, can I not? I know my teammates will probably want to, but can you get me doing some mission, like a mission that should take me 2 weeks while I wait for these guys? Asked Naruto. Horizon chuckled to this. You know Naruto doesn't like sitting around doing nothing. Definitely not now that he's getting and he can do missions appropriately. Horizon just stood up. Actually, I got a mission for you. You can train Konohana and work in the academy for a little while, for 2 weeks, taking off your time for this S rank, said Horizon. Naruto nodded at this. That's fine by me, I'll do it, said Naruto. Horizon nodded. Okay. I guess you'll be helping Konohana's class, is that right? Asked Naruto. Asked Horizon. Naruto nodded. I'll do what I have to, said Naruto. Horizon just nodded. He gave Naruto a formal slip. Tomorrow, when the academy, you need to be at the academy at 8 o'clock tomorrow. Okay? Said Naruto. Said Horizon. Naruto just nodded. He took the paper and folded it. I guess I've got to train. Some little boys and girls that need to be trained, said Naruto. They all just smacked their faces. Naruto's been a complete and utter idiot again. Horizon just turned to Naruto. Don't get all happy with this. It won't be physical training. You'll be doing what you have to do. And that means lectures, said Horizon. Naruto just nodded. Nope, I'll be making Noriko train on like tree walking and all this. They need to be strong ninjas, okay? They need to be prepared for the real world, not the little pansy world the academy gives you, said Naruto. Horizon just nodded at this. Why wouldn't he get this type of response from Naruto? How come he knew this was coming? He didn't know, but he knew it was coming. It's like a common thing for Naruto. He needs to have some sort of say, and if he doesn't, well, he'll get his say. This is what Naruto is always like. But you know, Horizon doesn't mind Naruto's speech, because if he can train the Genin to be a little bit stronger, the academy students, well then he'll have the strongest forces out there eventually, once they grow up, and if they train properly, and then their Jonins can train them too. But you know that means it has to be the way it has to be. Horizon was chuckled at this. You can do what you want when you train them, said Horizon. Naruto nodded. That's what I thought, said Naruto. Naruto and Horizon stood in the building. Well, everyone stood in the building. Now, mission report, asked Horizon. Itachi, Jiraiya gave it. So, Lander waves from an A rank to an S rank. He went through what happened, telling bit by bit about the training, about Zabuza, Kisame, Itachi, and what happened. So it's an S rank. That's why Naruto said S rank, said Horizon. Jiraiya just nodded. Horizon and Horizon just stood in front of all of them, stood up. Okay then, let's go. What you mean? Asked the group. Itachi has to become part of the council. The rest of you said this can go home, said Horizon. They all went home, except Naruto, Jiraiya, and Itachi, along with Horizon. Tanzo was standing there. Yes, Lord Third, do you need something of me? Asked Tanzo. Horizon just nodded. Yes, I do. And as a matter of fact, I need you to go and get the Shinobi Council and the elders. Well, they're my members. I need the elders, said Horizon. Yeah. Tanzo didn't know what to say. He just went and did it like he normally does. He's got to listen to the Lord Third because it is his sensei after all. He's well, not sensei, he's Hokage. So he's got to do what he's got to do. So that's what he did. He went, and in a couple hours later, the Shinobi Council was called, along with Itachi, the elders, and Hiruzen and Jiraiya. What was this meeting called for? Asked Tsume. Hiruzen pointed to Itachi. To let Itachi Uchiha back into the village, said Hiruzen. Everyone didn't know what to say. Why would we let him back in the village? He killed the Uchihas. He massacred them, said Tsume. Actually that's a lie, said Hiruzen. What do you mean it's a lie? Asked Tsume. You know half of it. Yes, he killed them all, but because he had good intentions, he had to. It was to save the village from a civil war and being taken over by the Uchihas, said Hiruzen. The elders were shocked. He wasn't supposed to tell. Now look, they're about to be told out what happened. This is not going the way they want. Don't you dare do it, Hiruzen, said the group. Said the elders. Actually, a matter of fact, I am. Itachi Uchiha has been reinstated as an Anbu captain or journeyman. Depends on what he wants, and he is a part of Konoha. He self-sacrificed himself by killing his family to go and save Konoha from a civil war and being taken over by the Uchihas. So if anyone should be allowed in here, it's him, said Hiruzen. Everyone was shocked at this, but they just nodded. Naruto was just sitting there minding his own business. He knew this was going to happen. He knew something good was going to come a part of this council meeting. Definitely with Itachi here. And that also means Itachi Uchiha is the clan head of the Uchihas. So he'll be taking his rightful spot in the Shinobi Council, said Hiruzen. Shikaki stood up. Yes. Now we need to have the council replayed. Citizen council needs to be reinstated for matters that are diplomatic, not war types, said Shikaku. Hiruzen nodded. He figured this was going to happen. Tanzo, go imply them. Go tell them we have a meeting tomorrow. They all nodded. Now, said Hiruzen. Tanzo left. Hiruzen stood up. Now what? Is there anything else? Asked Hiruzen. As a matter of fact, it's about Naruto in the CRA, said Shibi. Yes, what is it? Asked Naruto. Well, we need to know. Yeah, you're there, brat, but that
is
means
that
you'll
all
be
you
given
wanted?
a lot,
Asked
and then
Naruto.
that means your future
Shikaki
heritage will
stood
also
up.
be headed
No,
by the village.
actually,
Why?
We want to know if you take
else?
clan
More
head
than
of the
one person
Uzumakis,
asked
said
Shibi.
Shikaku.
Naruto
nodded.
nodded to himself.
I guess I will once I
Because,
become
unlike, it's
a
not
Chunin,
about
right?
hated.
Asked
being
Naruto.
hated.
They all
If
nodded. Yeah, once you
you
become
actually get
Chunin,
more-
you can take your rightful
The
place
more
as
people
clan
that
head of
hated
the
they are, the stronger
Uzumakis.
they become.
Wait,
And then the
Shikaku
stronger of
just
weapons
noticed
you
something.
would have
Wait, last
in your way,
Uzumaki,
were just weapons,
before
tools to
Naruto,
be used,
he
at the time
only knew
of
one
war.
person.
not actual
And
people.
Uzumaki, the last
said
one in
Naruto.
Konoha,
The Shinobi Council
wife
were shocked.
of
They
the
knew
fourth
this is what
Hokage.
Jinchuriki were
Blonde
really
hair,
for.
blue eyes.
But
fourth
Naruto did
Hokage's
just come
son.
out and say it
Now
like that.
Shikaki knew
Kind of
exactly
They nodded.
what
Okay,
it was.
you will
Naruto
be,
wasn't
will
just
allow
wasn't
this.
there
You have
for
more
the
kids,
he-
and one of
the
your wives is a
Jinchuriki,
Jinchuriki, isn't
no.
she? Asked
It's because he's the clan
Shikaku.
head.
Naruto
Of
nodded.
Namikaze
Yes,
and
actually,
Uzumakis.
more than one.
He's going to repopulate two
But
clans.
as a matter of
Now
fact,
he
you
knew
don't
all
need to
about
know
these
those.
arranged marriages. And it's
People
all the
yet
same people that
said
were kind of said.
Naruto.
They all nodded. If they didn't get it out of me now, they would be getting it out of me back then. So they just agreed.
Naruto saw the
to let him
smirk in the
go
way he
past
was looking
and
at
go
him.
through with
What's
it.
wrong?
They didn't need
Asked
to get every little bit of
Naruto.
information out of
Nothing
him.
bad, nothing bad.
Not yet, at
Your
least.
heritage is
They
kind
will
of
eventually,
big, if I do say
He'll
myself.
become
all
the
those
clan
past
head of the
Jinchuriki.
Uzumakis.
But your
Because
heritage
there is
will
no
be,
Uzumaki, said Naruto. There is the Senjus that
Itachi turns
will be taking
Naruto
her rightful
heritage.
place as clan
What do you
head
mean by this?
if she wants.
Oh,
and
you
then
mean your future
Yeah.
kids, said
But that will all come when it comes.
Itachi.
Said Naruto just nodded at this.
Shikaki
Yeah,
to
something
himself.
like that. I think
Naruto just noted.
that's what he meant. Said Naruto.
He was chuckling to himself.
Itachi noticed exactly who Naruto was. So that's what he's gonna do. He's going to thank Shikaku. Shikaku kind of brought it up, so Itachi may bring something up like that. So who's the last person everyone knew with blonde hair? Asked who's the most famous people in the Hidden Leaf with the blonde hair? Asked Itachi. Naruto just face palms. He's gonna bring up my father. Shibi brought up this most famous person with blonde hair right now in all of Konoha would have to be Tsunade Senju. Who else could it be? Oh, dang it, they really said Shibi. Oh, dang it, they're really dumb, thought Itachi and Shikaku. But whatever. Means they can leave it off for Naruto. Naruto is probably gonna reveal it when he's tuning, right? That's why he made that comment about becoming clan head at tuning. Damn it. He's smarter than you'd think, thought Shikaku. Naruto turned to Horizon. May I go now? I gotta get some sleep so I can help train some academy students, said Naruto. Horizon nodded. Oh yeah, you do too. I forgot all about that because you're normally Genin, but since you're recent S rank, yes you can, said Horizon. Naruto nodded. Thank you, Lord Third, I'll be off, said Naruto. Everyone left. What S rank? He's only a Genin, said Shibi. The S rank that he just went on, it was an C rank and then 2 teams went and it became an A rank and then it became an S rank just as soon as they got back from what happened in the report, you know? Because normally an A rank doesn't require them fighting a couple S rank missing nin, does it? Asked Horizon. They all shook their head. No, Genin shouldn't even fight S rank nin, said Shibi. That's what I thought. But they had a little taste of Kisame, of the Seven Swordsmen, and I were missing Nin, that's dead. And also Itachi over here and a ton of tuning. But Jiraiya the Sanin, Kakashi, Anko, Tsunade, they should have been able to deal with it, right? Asked Chisume. Itachi Jiraiya shook his head. No, we took what we could, most of the damage, not trying to kill them, because we didn't want, because Naruto told us something, that he was going to try and get Kisame and Itachi to join, but he couldn't do that if they were dead. He needed them back to their villages, so their wrongs could be rewrited. So that's why we were trying to do as less damage to them as possible. And I didn't go full strength because I also had kids I needed to text, said Jiraiya. They nodded. Everyone in the room nodded. Naruto tried to do this. Naruto is going to be a good diplomatic envoy if he ever needs one. So they might send him along with someone to try and get Iowa in on the treaty and maybe putting in Naruto's arranged marriage. Naruto saw this. He looked over to Homaru and Koharu and looked at the damn folder they had on their Kyotuchi wedding candidate. Second file. First file. Burnt by Naruto. Naruto looked at this. You trying to get me in with Iowa so you can have all 5 villages? No. Iowa hated my family. My dad was hated by there. Like hell I'm doing that. Anyways, my best friend Kuruma said, no, that they're just runts. And they're nothing compared to any other Jinchuriki. So, I'm not taking them. I'm not being with any of them, said Naruto. No, they were all shocked. He talked to the Kyuubi, the beast. He is a beast. He is a demon brat, said, thought chose her for a little second. That's what he thought the council would think. The normal shinobi council. No, the citizen council. Naruto talks to the beast, right? To the Kyuubi, asks Shikaku. Naruto nodded. Yeah, Kuruma doesn't care that. He kind of told me that I shouldn't be with Iowa, you know, because there's always hate and stuff still going in there. I'd probably get assassinated or other things like people trying to drug me, people trying to figure out my heritage. They hated Minato Namikaze, which I just realized Naruto kind of said that he said they hated his father. Taking that back. They hated Lord Firth, the person I strive to be like. So like hell I'm going to become one of them, said Naruto. They all nodded. If Naruto didn't want to do something, he wasn't going to do it. And like hell they were going to do it to him. He would kill them before they even touched him, thought Shikaku. If he knew Minato's jutsu, they could all be dead if he wanted to kill them, thought Shikaku again. Jiraiya just stood there. Okay, let's go then. They all nodded. They all left. They had all finally left. The next day, Naruto was standing next to Aruka. Hey Aruka, said Naruto. It was about 7:30 in the morning. What are you doing here? Asked Aruka. Naruto handed him the piece of paper he got from before. This is kinda my new mission for a little while. I'm on break and I can't be bothered sitting around doing nothing. So what? Said Naruto. Aruka nodded. But you know we got lectures and all that I have to do, right? Said Aruka. Naruto cracked his head. Oh no, about that. Me and you got some other things we need to do. What's it called? Yeah, no. I need to make sure they're ready for the real world. So they'll be doing tree walking and they'll be practicing with weapons. There'll be hand-to-hand combat. I won't be going easy on them. I'll be mopping the floor with these genin, one way or another. They need to be at least a little prepared for the real world. My genin, we all got defeated by a couple of S rank. There was 3 genin teams along with Anko, Kakashi, Guy, Dryas, Nae. And the S rank took us out. Like, gotta be prepared for anything, to handle anything. We went up against Itachi, Uchiha, Kisame, Zabuza, Data of the Sand, and just some more. So whatever you do, I need to make sure they're ready, said Naruto. Aruka just nodded at this. If Naruto said they need to be ready, they need to be ready. So he's gonna let him do whatever he wants to train them. If it's physical, mental, or not at all. He didn't care as long as his genin weren't dead. His academy students weren't dead. Naruto stood up. Okay then. Said Aruka. Naruto just stood there in front of Aruka. As the kids started filling in, Aruka stood in front of them. It had been an hour since Naruto had arrived there and explained it. They had got ready for their lesson today. Today they would do the role, then do a little lecture about they'd have lecture. They'd talk about getting the ranking of a shinobi, and ranking of missing nin, and that after they do that, they'd then get into some taijutsu training, then some weapon training, throwing shuriken and kunai, slicing with kunai and shuriken, and then some ninjutsu. Naruto needs that by the end of this week, they all need to be able to perform. They need to all have their affinities, and they also all need to know little basic of weapon play. Naruto had just gone recently to go get weapons for everyone. There's about 30 kids in the class, and there was about there's about 50 bows here, 50 swords, and some other weapons like axes and whatnot. So there was daggers, sandbones. They all need to be able to perform that and have their own type of style of fighting and killing. And they need to be prepared. So this is what they're gonna do. Naruto stood in front of all of them. Okay, class. First off, Aruka here's gonna explain what we're doing today, and then get into your first lecture and only lecture for today. Every day you'll have about a half an hour lecture for the next 2 weeks, and only a half an hour lecture, and then all physical stuff, said Naruto. They all nodded their heads. Naruto gave off some killing intent, so if they weren't listening to Aruka, he'd make them piss. So first off is Genin, is what you become as soon as you graduate from the academy. It is the lowest rank, lowest pain rank, and has the lowest missions. So you normally only do little missions, hardly do any good ranking missions. And then there's tuning, the next one that you start taking, and then Naruto went through the rest of the classes, and also went through the rest of the shinobi rank, and then went through the rest of the what the missions were like, and told them that when they're getting, they will most likely be doing D ranks, which is around the village picking up poo and all that type of stuff. Everyone was scared a bit about this. They didn't want that. There's no way in hell they were doing D ranks. If Naruto made them strong enough, right? They could go straight to tuning, miss being Genin, or become that strong of Genin that they start working without having to be a Genin, without having to do D ranks. This is what they wanted. So yeah, Naruto stood in front of all of them for their taijutsu. They were in the training ground that Naruto remembered having a bunch of spars with Sasuke and all the other his friends that are Genins. He hadn't really spent much time with them, and after today he reckons he might, because if he has to put up with these, he needs his friends a little bit. So that's what Naruto was gonna do. He'd find whatever friend was around, and then, hang out with them for a little bit. Naruto stood there. He had all the kids in front of him lined up. Now form a circle around me, said Naruto. They all did what they said. Konohamaru thought, Naruto's gonna lose now. If I get into a fight with him, I'll touch him. All of us will beat him. I know our strength. If we all took him on single-handedly, we'd lose. But if we took him on as a group, there's no way in hell we're losing, thought Konohamaru. All of you, attack me at once, now, said Naruto. They all ran at Naruto with their fists raised. They're gonna beat the hell out of Naruto. When one went to hit Naruto, he grabbed their hands and started swinging them around into someone else, knocking out their feet. Naruto just shook his head. Despicable. Utter trash. Do you think someone out there would just let you come at that? You need perfection, said Naruto. After hitting one, he sent them into a group. And the only ones left after 2 minutes was Konohamaru. He was huffing and puffing, and next to him was Muaki, Udon, and Hanabi. Naruto just smacked his forehead. Oh, this is a pain. A real big pain, said Naruto. Because Hanabi knew the gentle fist style, and she had been using it. Naruto had moved her hands away so she knocked out the other Genin, so he wouldn't get touched by it. But it still did little. It was still a pain in the ass. But at least he did a little bit of knocking them out. He used their teammate against them. They were not going to survive at this rate. Well, Naruto is a lot stronger than them, but still, S ranks are a lot stronger than him. By far. Naruto just shook his head. Hanabi charged at Naruto. Along with Mawagi and Udon, Konohamaru was standing up slightly, huffing and puffing. Naruto had threw Hanabi with her gentle fist, her chakra-enhanced fist, at Kanohanaru and it smacked him in the balls. He had dropped like a sack of potatoes. Hanabi blushed at this because her arm was kind of open, and as she landed, she went to squeeze to the first thing she could. But she didn't. She just punched him in the face and called him despicable. Called Kanohanaru despicable for putting his sting on her hands. She was blushing still though. Moagi and Udon charged at Naruto, while Hanabi was standing behind them. As they approached Naruto, Hanabi came past them both and sent her palms into Naruto. Naruto shocked at this. He grabbed to both her hands, and as Moagi and Udon charged at him, they were standing right next to Hanabi. He put both her hands, knocking them out using the gentle fist style with the chakra. Had taken out their chakra points. They were on the floor. Naruto punched Hanabi in the face. Naruto stood next to Kanohanaru. "Come at me, brat," said Naruto. Kanohanaru just chuckled at this. He started cracking his neck and charged at Naruto. Naruto was a bit disappointed at the results he was going to get, but he can't expect anything less from his student, right? He can't have Kanohanaru just spelling his name and making it look trash. So Naruto sent so many strikes into Kanohanaru that no one could see, but Kanohanaru could feel them. It was more than 10 at least, and it looked like one punch. Arika saw this though. He was using tuning speed, and he knocked out Kanohanaru. He had him sitting there. Naruto just stood up and drank some water out of his canteen. He stood up. "All of you go get drinks, and one of you get some water for Konohanaru," said Naruto. They all nodded. Naruto was scary compared to Arika. They were going to listen to Arika from now on. They don't want this guy here. He scares the shit out of them. But they weren't going to get that. No, not anytime soon. Naruto was shocked at the sight he saw. He saw Konohanaru stood up. "Good job, boss. I knew you weren't gonna pull me down like that," said Naruto. "Naruto, you're a dumbass," said Arika. Naruto didn't know why he was a dumbass, but he was gonna agree with Arika. "Sorry, Arika, I went a bit too hard on them. But now, he said Naruto. Arika didn't know why he didn't finish his sentence, but Naruto pulled out some scrolls that he had sealed on his up his arm, and he passed it to Arika. "Unseal all of these, right? And then just start giving them to the kids. They'll learn their own style of fighting, and they need to perfect it," said Naruto. Arika just nodded. Naruto could probably take out Arika now, but he was not going to say that, because Naruto had gone on an S rank, where Arika can't remember if he had or not, because he doesn't want to remember if he had or not, because he heard how bad they can be. Naruto turned to Konohanaru. "Go get yourself a drink, and then we'll work on perfecting our taijutsu style, the one we created," said Naruto. Konohanaru nodded. Him and Naruto hadn't worked on that style in a long time, because Naruto's been busy. They're going to finally work on it. Konohanaru had so much heat and happiness rising through his body. He's going to help Naruto improve their own taijutsu style, the brother style. Well, that's what he called it, but Naruto called it something else. But Konohanaru can't really remember what Naruto called it. That's why he calls it the brother style. Naruto was standing there. He was watching Konohanaru look impressed of that he's getting taught the style that they're going to make together. It's going to be something of amazement. He needs to make sure it is as strong as fire and all these other things. No, as wild as... Needs to have an element of every single affinity. Needs to be the best and smartest style. That's what they need to work on. 2 weeks later, Naruto had improved the academy students a lot. They were better than what his class would have been. were when they graduated. But Aruka said that was the only time they were ever gonna do it. Lessons like that, unless Naruto comes and trains them every now and again. So his class is still gonna be stronger, graduating wise, because most of them are clan heads and need to be trained in clan techniques and not overall techniques of other different styles. So Naruto hopes these guys will become a good select. They're it's general basic stuff you're gonna learn eventually, but they're just a little advanced. So that's what Naruto had done. Naruto was now standing into Hiruzen's office, in front of Hiruzen to give his mission report. Lord Third, the mission is complete. I helped improve the academy students' overall skills. Taijutsu is about genin level. Ninjutsu and chakra control is genin level, if not better. What else? Their shuriken and kunai are genin, but they're gonna get rusty because Aruka said something about only doing this every now and again to keep them in shape. But he is applying physical exercises into it so that they aren't weak and slow. They need to be fast. There's also the problem of he doesn't have the manpower to help them like I did, because I had clones to make sure they improved. He doesn't. So that's another problem. Unless you have more than one assistant helping them, they're not going to be able to do that every day. But Rick needs to make sure they get all their damn lectures in or something like that, said Naruto. Hiruzen nodded. Okay. So do you want a new mission, Naruto? Asked Hiruzen. Naruto nodded. Of course I do. What do you take me for? Someone who doesn't like missions? Do I have to go round up my team? Do I have to round up Kakashi, Anko, Omo, and Kushina? Asked Naruto. Hiruzen shook his head. No. Anko has been taken out of being a ninja since she's pregnant. So that's what's happened. Sorry, Naruto. But since she's pregnant, she can no longer help you and Kakashi and all that. So it would just be Kakashi as your joining. Okay, said Hiruzen. Naruto nodded at this. That's okay. He kind of figured this was going to happen. Because once he heard she was pregnant, he knew something was going to go down. But he didn't exactly know what until now. Naruto was okay with this. He was happy that she would be getting treated. Naruto just nodded his head and walked out. Where am I off to collect my team? Asked Naruto. Well, Omo, since she's a Hayate, is with Kakashi in him and Anko's house. She moved in recently. You would know, but you'd be too busy making sure these academy students were top notch every day, making sure they would be able to reach tomorrow's exercises requirements. So you were too busy focusing on them, you wouldn't know. So yeah, that's where they are. Kushina is with Tsunade in the hospital. Tsunade has improved the medics in Konoha tenfold. She has high expectations, and if you don't reach the high expectations she has, you're out. So that's what's happening there. Kushina has been learning medical ninjutsu, along with Omo when she's not participating with whatever she's doing with Kakashi and Anko, since they're basically family. Well, Kakashi being Hayate, somewhat of a cousin, and then Anko because he's Kakashi's girlfriend, fiance, whatever they are. So probably if you look for one of them in the medical, in the hospital, yes, there, or maybe in the Hayate compound, said Hiruzen. Naruto nodded. He summoned 2 clones. He summoned 2 clones. They all went to go look for them. Can I have a mission? Asked Naruto. Hiruzen shook his head. No, Naruto. Naruto waited 10 minutes, and after 10 minutes they arrived. there was Kakashi, Oma, and Kushina. Hiruzen pulled out a scroll and gave it to Kakashi. Kakashi read it. Naruto will love this mission. It shouldn't bore him too much, chuckled Kakashi. What's the mission? Asked Naruto. Nothing at all, said Kakashi. Naruto knew something was up, but he didn't care right now. He was chuckling to himself. Kakashi was. This mission was to he gave Naruto the scroll. Naruto read it. No. I'm not doing this, said Naruto. Why not? I thought you'd love to do something like this, asked Hiruzen. I don't want to do this mission, said Naruto. Well, it's actually not one mission, it's many. So we have to do all these missions, and you're here, Naruto, for your clones, chuckled Kakashi. Naruto shook his head in disbelief. He reread the mission. He has to go to the hidden sound. He has to escort Tamari. And he has to make sure all his wives-to-be are going to be here that are coming for the tuning exams. He has to make sure they're here on time and unharmed. Oh man, it's going to be... Dang it, I wanted to do something cool. Well, it's an A-rank mission. And Naruto sent had 10 clones and told them to head to the hidden mist to go get May. He sent 20 to the hidden cloud to go get Z and Yugito. He was gonna go get Tamari because it's the closest. Can I take Konohamaru with me? Asked Naruto. Kakashi nodded. Yes, you're allowed to. Oh, wait. So what are we doing in this mission? Asked Omo. Kakashi just chuckled to himself. Well, since it's a mission for all of us and we have to split up and go with clones of Naruto's, you two will go to the hidden cloud and with this letter, and I'll go to the hidden mist, said Naruto. They nodded their head. Okay, said Omo. Oh, whatever, said Kushina. Naruto just was bored. He's going to the hidden sand by himself. He'll be leaving now. Bye, said Naruto. Naruto started heading to the academy. Did you really allow him to take Konohamaru? Asked Hiruzen. Naruto... Yes, Naruto. I did let Naruto do that, Hiruzen. Why'd I call you Naruto? Because you're being a dumbass. Because I clearly said it in front of you, said Kakashi. And then Kakashi realized what he called. He called Hiruzen a dumbass. Sorry, Hiruzen, sorry Toby, Lord Third. I didn't mean to call you a dumbass, said Kakashi. Hiruzen just chuckled to himself. That's okay. Now get out. You've got missions to do, said Hiruzen. They all nodded and went to their respectful places. A week later, in the hidden cloud, Kushina and Omo stood there with Naruto clones. Lord A has said, a clone. Ah, Naruto. I take it you're a clone and not the real Naruto, asked A. The clone nodded. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm on a mission right now. This is one of the missions I'm on. My clones are out over the hidden nations, said Naruto's clone. And you two asked A. My name is Kushina Hatake, and my name is Kushina Senju, said Kushina Senju. We met when Naruto came here for this wedding candidate thing, said Kushina. Hey, just oh, that's right. You're one of the girls in his CRA with my daughter. Is all that A said. Okay, so where is these two were meant to be helping move Yugito and Z, said Kushina. Oh, them and their teams are already where you guys should be meeting them. I'll escort you there, and I'll hopefully one of the getting teams from Lightning Country over here in the Hidden Cloud can, actually make it so I can come check out the Hidden Leaf. It's been a while since I've seen the real Naruto, said A. Omo and Kushina just nodded. Omo could still feel the touch of Naruto's hand that he'd left there in the land of waves. But she doesn't really want to try and remember that night. He had fallen asleep when they could have been doing something. It was a really sad night for her. She had gone close to something, but she still lost it. But she doesn't care right now. She's on a mission, and she should be focusing more on the mission and not on a boy. She knows she might marry him eventually one day. But she doesn't know what she'll be doing, because he could just end the CRA and just choose the best girl that he's going to with. And he said the CRA just so he could be with all these girls to see which one he likes the best, and then ends it. But she doesn't know. She hopes Naruto doesn't do something that stupid. Over in the hidden mist, Kakashi was standing in front of May and Ao, along with Zabuza and Haku and Kisame. That Haku when she became a Genin, he became a Genin. Well, she became a Genin. Their team was kind of stupid. She has this boy named Sugetsu, and Cho. Their team is basically the next 7 Swordsmen of the Mist. They're training to become Swordsmen of the Mist, because they have Zabuza and Kisame training them. Sugetsu seems to be attached to Haku, and Haku just doesn't seem to care. And then there's that Chorojo boy, whatever his name is. Kakashi doesn't really know. Doesn't care right now. But he does know one thing. Naruto's gonna have some competition. Naruto turned to Ao. Are these the 3 that I'm meant to be escorting? Asked Kakashi. Ao nodded, yes. And don't forget about May, said, Ao, what do you mean May? Is she not on, this is a team of 3. Well, 5, if you count Zabuza and, Kisame, said Kakashi. No, Chorojo is, I forgot how to say his name. He is not, one. He is actually my bodyguard. He'll be my bodyguard. So he's in here to make sure you don't do anything. But I trust you, Kakashi, said Ao. No, Kakashi just nodded at this. I thank you for your humbleness and your trust in me. So where's May? Asked Kakashi. She's being a girl. I think she's wearing makeup or doing her hair or something like that. I wouldn't know. She's not my daughter, but she is my daughter at the same time, said Ao. Kakashi nodded at this. Omo is kind of his daughter, but not. It's because she's kind of just there. She's like his adoptive daughter. Just because she's just around him. He's kind of taken to seeing her as a daughter, and all of his Genin as kids. But then there's Naruto. There's no way in hell that he's a kid. No way. Naruto could go head to head with just about not anyone, but still. When it comes to Genin wise, that's definitely not Genin wise strength. Kakashi just shook hands with Kisame and Zabuza. Good to see us on the same side this time, not opposite sides, said Kakashi. Kisame just chuckled. Your chakra felt kind of nice. Apparently it tasted like the 4th Mizu Cage, chuckled Kisame. Is that what your sword Samihara said? Asked Kakashi. Kisame just nodded. Yeah, it is, said Kisame. So it's what? Did it say it tastes like Ozubo? Chuckled Kakashi. Ao knew that Kakashi is the Jinchuriki, but these two didn't know. You know what? When he heard about the mission to Waves, he didn't know why Kakashi and all that didn't use their tailed bees. For whatever reason it was, it might have been smart or might have just been dumb, thought Ao. Over with Naruto, him and Konohamaru 3 days ago. They're standing in front of Raza. Raza was acting different compared to normal when Naruto's clone would report to him to have a little chat. He was a bit shaky. Konoha brat, what do you want here? Asked Raza. This turned Naruto off. And this is definitely not Raza. It is someone in disguise. Him and Konohanaru just looked at Naruto. Why did you pull me out of the academy to come here? Asked Konohanaru. Reasons. Now, boy, don't question me, said Naruto. Konohanaru looked shocked. I can question you, can't I, sensei? Chuckled Konohanaru. I'm not your sensei. Just because we train every now and again doesn't mean I'm your sensei, said Naruto. Konohanaru looked at him to beg differ. I beg differ. You train me non-stop. You pull me out of here for some training bonding time. So what is it? Asked Konohanaru. Naruto just turned to him. Be quiet. I know why I brought you here, and stop pestering me. Well, I'll pester you, said Naruto. Konohanaru just went quiet. He doesn't want to annoy Naruto anymore. Naruto doesn't seem to like this situation for some reason. He was going on about how he's been to Hinsan before, met Raza. He didn't say... I don't know why he would be comfortable for Konohanaru. Unless this isn't Raza, but that can't be. He hasn't actually met Raza before, so he doesn't know what he looks like, but he's pretty sure this is what the third Yondain Kazekage looks like. He just chuckled. He just didn't say anything. He just kept his mouth quiet. He didn't want to piss off Raza or Naruto. If he pissed off Raza, he'd be taken on a cage. But if he pissed off Naruto, he'd be pissing off his sensei. One that he doesn't want to do. So he just kept quiet. Tamari, Gaara, and Konkari walked in. And they all acted different. They didn't say hi, they just looked at Naruto. Kind of like bloodlust in their eyes. Naruto didn't know what to think. She's really nice and quiet and beautiful normally. She's not normally like this way. Well, no, what, is it because I haven't wrote to anyone in the past 2 months? In the past month and a half, thought Naruto? No, it can't be. I only didn't write because she asked me not to. Unless she doesn't like me anymore, and she wants to get out of the CRA, which I can do, said Naruto to himself. Konohanaru turned to Konkoro. Well, what's that big thingy on your back? Asked Konohanaru. Konkoro looked pissed. Don't talk to me, brat, or I'll break your nose, said Konkoro. Naruto put a hand on his katana. You touch him and I'll slit your throat, Konkoro. Yeah, whatever your name is, said Naruto. Tamari could see that Naruto was being serious. This boy must have meant a lot to Naruto. He would pull out a blade like this to Konkoro. But then he remembered that Konkoro wasn't acting like himself, and he seemed to actually mean he'd kill him in front of Naruto. They need to get out of here now to explain everything to Naruto before he kills them. And the only one that he would be able to kill all of them except Gaara because of his sand, and because Gaara could always match Naruto. So he wants to know what is going on with Naruto. He doesn't seem to have his friendly get-go, but at the same time they're not acting friendly, so maybe he's just trying to act like us, thought Tamari. Gaara was just standing there. Mother wants to kill me. Mother wants your blood, said Gaara. Raza looked pleased at this. Yes, thought Raza. Naruto didn't know what to say. This Raza is really dumb. Or he actually had something happen to the seal on Gaara to have Shikaku re-talking to him. That's gotta be it. That's why they're all acting like this. It's because they're scared that Gaara will mess up and kill them. Dang it, I've got to fix his seal, said Naruto to himself. Konohanaru was just spacing out, so he wasn't listening to anything they were saying. But then when he thought he had stopped spacing out, he tried to unspace out, but he realized the room had gone quiet after he had said this thing about mother wanting your blood. Mother wants your blood and I want to show my existence. I want my existence to be known, said Gaara. This guy's really crazy, said Konohamaru to Naruto. Naruto just looked at him. You don't even know, said Naruto. Raza looked to him. So you'll be escorting my 3 children to Konoha for the tuning exams. They best not be getting hurt until the end of it. Until it actually comes for them to fight, said Raza. Naruto nodded. And then he looked at Raza. I guess I'm off now. Bye. Kazekage Raza, said Naruto. Naruto and Konohamaru just left and walked out the door. Followed suit was Tamari, Gaara, and Konkoro. After walking for about 2 hours, Naruto had finally sheathed his sword, and Konohamaru was just walking behind him. What was all that in there about? It seemed really tense, asked Konohamaru. Naruto just chuckled to himself, and then turned to Konohamaru, because the 3 behind there are not the same I remember. And if I remember clearly, their father's not the same. So it's either you guys are using a hench to destroy Konoha, or you've really turned bad. And whichever way, I've got to kill you, said Naruto. Tamari dropped her act, along with Konkoro and Gaara. Now, what act, you dumbass, said Konkoro. The act of like you have no emotions. You're pissed off and scared about Gaara. And then your father saying something about what is up with your father, said Naruto. Oh, you mean Father Raza? You mean the imposter of our father? I have no clue. He just seems to be not our father, if you know what I mean, said Konkoro. Naruto nodded at this and looked at Gaara. So I guess it was an act in front of him. He always act that dumb and bloodthirsty. In front of him? Asked Naruto. Yes, said Konkoro. Yes, he does, said Tamari. Okay, when did your father start being like this? Asked Naruto. A couple of months, about a month and a half ago, said Gaara. Why did he start acting like this? Asked Naruto. Well, because he went to go meet with this guy from Oto, a new village. They wanted to meet the Kazekage, have a meeting with him, and then when he came back, he said, we're helping Oto and some other villages and some other people attack Konoha during the tuning exams for them taking some of our missions, said Tamari. Naruto just face palmed him. This guy must really not know anything. The only one that wouldn't know anything would be someone who doesn't have spies, which probably means it might be Orochimaru or some other dumb bitch, said Naruto. Did you just say bitch in front of me? Asked Tamari. Naruto nodded to himself. Yeah, what of it? You're being annoying right now, said Naruto. How am I being annoying? You're being annoying, said Tamari. Naruto just waved it off and disappeared. So is that why you just told me to stop writing to you? Asked Naruto. Tamari nodded her head. Yeah, after father said we were invading Konoha, I didn't know what had happened to him, so I stopped talking to you and didn't want to speak to you, just in case this evil wannabe of our father had tried to confiscate it and find out the truth, and then our father would know who really killed our father. Which, yeah, that would have worked, or we could have been put under a mines thing or something. We could have been killed, said Tamari. Naruto just nodded to himself. Well, we'll have to tell this to the Hokage when we get back. The training exam is in about a week. Now, my teams have... I don't know in Konoha who's going to the training exams, but I know this rate my team is at least, said Naruto. Tamari just nodded her head. Well, of course you're going to the damn training exams, because if you weren't, who would I be messing with? during the time chuckled Naruto. Naruto just shook his head. About that. The other girls in the CRA are gonna be there, so don't expect to hug me like you normally would, said Naruto. Kankuro looked angry. Gaara just was smiling. Kankuro, why are you angry at him? Asked Tamari. Because he's got more than one girl and I can't even get one girl, said Kankuro. Naruto chuckled at this. You can't even get one girl? How hopeless of a guy are you? There's a Uchiha who can get more fangirls than you. But he's got his girlfriend. And I mean, maybe you can snatch up a person, but knowing you, you won't, because you like guys, because that's why you wear the makeup and the play with all the dolls and all that, said Naruto. Tamari just came up behind Naruto and jumped on his back. You're giving me a piggyback for the rest of the ride, said Tamari. Naruto just shook his head. You know, I should have just chose to go pick up one of the others, said Naruto. Tamari didn't know what he meant. Wait, so you're saying you could choose between all the girls you're going to go pick up? Asked Tamari. Naruto just nodded. Yeah, it's either you and some other girls. But I decided you because you were closer. And that means until they get back, I can train Konohana over here, said Naruto. Tamari just shook her head. Of course, it's all about that damn brat, isn't it? Asked Tamari. Naruto chuckled at this. Oh, but I'm being serious.
You hurt him, Konkuro? Any which way? Or any academy student of his friends? I will slit your throat, said Naruto. All of them thought Naruto wasn't serious, but Naruto was. He pointed it at Konkuro. Don't touch him or anyone. Got it, said Naruto. So yeah, this is where we leave it off. When I said started tuning exams, I meant arc. So yeah, kind of started it. So next part we'll have part 1 and when they all meet. So yeah, that's for the next part. But peace out for now.